Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Am I right? And before I get started too much, I want to say there are a lot more people who want to be in those stands, and they can't find any seats. So please become friends with the people next to you and scooch on in. Or raise your hand if you've got a couple of spots next to you. Watch out for people who are coming through looking for seats. There we go, right there. I just wanted to make sure we got everybody seated first before I got too hyped up here. So, now that we've got people seated, we tonight are going to see our local amazing team, the Rose City Wreckers, take on a team that has traveled hours across the state of Washington from Spokane. It is Lilac City Roller Derby. Before I get started, I want to give a big round of applause to our officials and volunteers on skates and off. Without them, roller derby would not be possible. And now I gotta ask, who's ready to watch an amazing 90 minutes? Really? There we go. I'm Dr. Om Nom Nom Navor. I'll be on the stream with Rosemary's Baby, and here in-house we've got Toe Furious and PJ. Who do you got, guys?
Hey, thanks, Dr. Noms. It is my pleasure once again to bring to you in the white, all the way from Spokane. Put your hands together for Lilac City Roller Derby. Wearing number 11, it's Daddyhood. Wearing 120, it's Patellar Pain. Wearing 22, Wildebeest. Number 33 is Kilodendron. 50, Virulence Factor. 509 is Baby Ghoul. Number 51, Stranger Danger. Wearing 66, Bonnie and Collide. Wearing number 69, your captain, and skating in their final game for Lilac City, it's Amber Waves of Pain. Wearing number 79, Stevie Hits. 850 is Mad Eye Maggie. Number 87 is Moose. And finally, number 9, Getty Lisa. Lilac City, coached by Locomotive. Put your hands together for Lilac City Sass.
All right, everybody, put your hands together for their very own Rose City Wreckers. number 11, it's Spanky. Wearing number 113, it's Fruit Bat. Wearing number 118, Sugar Skull. Number 168, it's Durwood. Number 202, Slugbug. Wearing number 208, it's Megan Man. Number 250, Gnarly Ray Jepson, Pro Skater 2. Number 278, Crash Bandicoot. Wearing number 30, Butch of Blockvin. Number 3125, Bruce Clues. And team captain, number 33, Ox wanders off, lose 2 days. Oh, that's Number 74, Al Pac-Man. Wearing number 83, Macy DC. Number 873, Danger Moose. Wearing number 96, Velveeta. And wearing number 72, Solar. And a big hand for Rose City Wreckers.
Woo!
All right, good evening, Derby fans. I am Rosemary's Baby, and I'm joined by Dr. Omnomnomnivore, and we are going to be your stream announcers for tonight.
Hello, everyone out there. Hopefully, I'm going to bring up the stream here in just a second. Hopefully, you can hear us. We are super excited to watch Lilac City here take on the Rose City Wreckers. It's going to be amazing. Can you hear us? All of you who are there? Michelle, Dakota. I hope. Well, it says I'm getting some, I'm getting closed captions, so hopefully that means that my voice is actually going out there into the ether.
Let's hope. And first jam we have for the Yetis. We have Butch of Blockvin, and for SAS we have Mad Eye Maggie.
Mad Eye Maggie picking up lead jammer quickly, and we've already got a two-town cider star pass on the Yetis to Megan Man.
Ducking around the outside, tripping up, but calling
to
it.
Stay in bounds and going ahead and calling it off. Oh, thank you so much, Bermuda and Michelle, for verifying that you can, in fact, hear me. Hello from one of the new skaters from the Walla Walla Sweets Roller Girls. Oh, hello. So happy to see you. Hi, JB. Nice to see you as well. Taking the line now, looks like we've got, well, I don't really know, because it's showing that somebody already has lead jammer, and since the jam hasn't started.
For the Rose City Wreckers, it looks like it is number 74, Al Pac-Man.
Up against Patellar Payne. Patellar Payne. Patellar Payne. Go ahead.
Patellar Payne out with lead. Al Pac-Man fighting against one last blocker at the top of the pack, but squeaks by on the outside.
Oh, and one thing that you might notice is a little bit different with tonight's stream is that the officials are trying out something new where if somebody gets a penalty, when someone gets a penalty, you'll actually be able to see the penalty countdown next to that skater's name at the top of the screen. So that's something kind of new to let you guys in on what's happening just a little bit more, a little more behind the scenes action. It's going to be cool. Down on that Jam on Hawthorne Jam line now, we've got Crush Bandicoot up against Bonnie and Collide for the SAS. There's our whistle.
And Tripod at the top, swallowing up Bonnie and Collide, while Crush Bandicoot fights against A4 Wall at the back. Penalty whistles being called.
Multiplayer is what I'm seeing, Uni. Number 3125, that is Bruce Clues.
Number 168, Durwood with a drawback on Bonnie and Collide, and that is Crush Bandicoot fighting at the top and getting lead. Crush Bandicoot, a little hop over that inside line.
That is an upswept creative apex jump. Upstart creative, ethical, and inclusive websites and online marketing for radical leaders.
And that is a Two-Town Cider House Star Pass to, looks like, a skater on the Yetis, Wildebeest.
The SAS doing a good job there at the back.
And that it is a cut track called on Wildebeest, putting us in a power jam for the Yetis.
Crush Bandicoot, also a very cool name, although you are absolutely correct, Emma. Bonnie and Collide is a super sick name. Oh, that was a beautiful finish there, little toe drag through the pack, picking up all 4 for Crush Bandicoot.
And as we continue this Menopause Unicorn Power Jam, we have a little bit of offense at the top, a little bit of a hit at the back, knocking Crush Bandicoot out of bounds. And there is your call off.
Since we had somebody with a penalty that jam, it was actually very cool to be able to see how many seconds were left in that penalty.
Yeah, as it's counting down, you can sort of anticipate when the next person is coming back onto the track. Very exciting.
Thanks, Michelle, for getting onto your phone just so that you can respond to my call out. I love you, Shell. We have been streaming on AWSN so much lately that it is so nice to get back to a YouTube stream for a second and be able to interact with folks out there. We have Gnarly Ray Jepsen and Stevie Hits both jamming this jam. Quickly to the top of the pack is Gnarly Ray Jepsen.
But out with initial pass is Stevie Hits. Both teams are taking off, speeding up a little bit.
Lilac City asking for people to come to the front. They're going with a 2-2.
And that is a flood of offense from the Wreckers, but a call off by Gnarly Ray Jepsen, Pro Skater 2, with only 1 point on that jam.
So predictions in the chat. How do y'all think it's going to go? I don't know. We're only a few minutes in, 5 minutes in. We've got a very even score so far, 9-7. I think it's going to be a super, super close game.
Yes, that is my hope as well. I don't know the Lilac City team very well, so I'm excited to see what they have and what they're putting out there tonight.
Are the team names correct on the scoreboard? They are, yes.
Well, we know the individual names for each skater are correct. So we have, looks like Butch of Blockman with lead jammer, but that is Mad Eye Maggie right hot on their heels as both jammers are speeding around the pack, entering the pack.
A call off mid-collision. But you know what, Taylor? I am going to double check because looking at my other scoreboard, it says Wreckers versus SAS, and here it says Yetis versus SAS. So I'm wondering if Yetis is a holdover from one of our last games. So I will double check with that. I hope both teams have fun. Ray out, me too. That's what I always hope.
There's the 5 seconds call, and we have for the Wreckers, Al Pac-Man skating up against Patellar Payne.
And JB says that the Wreckers played Lilac last year or the year before, and it was a close game.
Ooh, exciting.
Ooh, Pac super strung out right now. We're going to have to bump up, or we are going to have several out-of-play calls here. Beautiful job by the Wreckers to get in the way there, trying to get a number on that skater.
SAS with a bit of a hit and a recycle, but that is Al Pac-Man with lead jammer.
That is Durwood. Durwood is in everybody's business in the best way possible. A big hits being leveled at and from Durwood.
Some penalty whistles.
I see it. Somebody was making a direction. I'm just wondering who's going to go take a seat. It looks like number 11 on Lilac City. That's going to be Daddy Hood. Yeah, you're right, Ree. We'll fix it. We've got somebody on it. Yeah, it says Yetis and SAS. We know. We're getting it fixed. Walla playing with Lilac City a few weeks ago. Very competitive team with few penalties. Close game with Walla came away with the win in the end. Bermuda, Kat, I hope that this is the same way and that it's going to be a really, really just good game. I don't think I've ever been to a Wreckers game that isn't good, though. The Wreckers are just a fun team to watch.
And speaking of fun, we have a lead jammer for Bonnie and Collide, and that is a power jam for Bonnie and Collide, the Menopause Unicorn power jam, as Crush Bandicoot is sitting in the box with a cut track penalty.
And we just got another penalty assessed down there on Danger Moose. It's going to be a contact penalty. Calling it off. How many points do we put on the board? 4 more points for the SAS.
For the SAS, Crush Bandicoot is standing in the box with 7 seconds left. And so that means that the Wreckers are going to start in a powerless jam, but also with another player in the box, giving the Yetis an advantage.
Our team, or our stream team, all of our officials up here in the mezzanine have been alerted to the names on the scoreboard, and they will fix it as soon as there is a break in the amazing action that we're seeing down here on the track. Crush Bandicoot and Stevie Hits, both wearing the stars. Everybody really bunched up on the pivot line, but you know what?
That is Crush Bandicoot out of the box, out for lead jammer.
Yeah, Crush doesn't care. Crush is like, give it, bring it. Crush looking to put more points on the board, try to get around. I was going to say that last Lilac City blocker, but not quite able to make it happen, calling it off instead.
That is 2 points for the Wreckers, bringing us 16 Wreckers, 14 for the Yetis.
And Jesse, you are correct. Lilac does claim both the Yetis and the SAS. I was actually looking at their jerseys before we got started, and I was like, why does it say Yetis, SAS, and Lore on some of the jerseys? And I was confused for a hot minute until somebody pointed it out to me.
Our Radical Wheels replay was just showing that pickup of lead jammer, but we are rolling right into the next jam with
beautiful job.
Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2 coming out with lead jammer as Mad Eye Maggie is crashing up against the rest of those Wreckers and getting out on the initial pass.
Durwood looking to make some contact there as Mad Eye Maggie goes through, not able to make it happen, has to reform.
Big offense by Durwood, clearing the path for Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2.
And that was a huge hit by number 87. That's Moose on Lilac City.
That is Wreckers with 4 points, bringing their total to 20.
My friends are so cool. Dakota, they sure are. And Smack, totally right. Killing it with not letting Lilac goat him.
Lining up on that jam line is Butch of Blockvin for the Wreckers and Patellar Pain for the Yetis.
Oh, beautiful job there by Lilac to get out as lead. That is Patellar Pain. We have a two-town sider star pass being attempted on the Wreckers.
Star pass completed.
Ooh, cut track being called on Patellar Pain. This jam will go the full 2 minutes, and that is going to leave Butch of Blockvin in a power jam situation here. Just kidding.
Butch of Blockvin passed the cap, so that is going to be 260 or 208. 208, Megan Man.
There we go. Megan Man through on initial. Evading that chase down attempt by number 33. That is Kilodendron. It was a beautiful chase down attempt. Megan Man coming back around, re-engaging the pack.
A bit of a hit and a spin from Patellar Pain coming out of the box and bouncing through on another pass, scoring 4 points.
Nice hit by Solar there at the end. Looks like the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear.
A little bit of offense, but that is a blocker for the Yetis. Daddy Hood going to the box on a cut track penalty. A hit and a spin, and that's Patellar Pain through with 4 points as Megan Man is approaching the pack, bumping into the back of the Lilac City skaters.
Beautiful little kick through the pack there. We have a little bit of a jammer race.
Pack is stretching out in the front as they try to time out the rest of this jam.
That was a very nice job there by Patellar Payne to hit Mega Man out there at the end.
Just want to shout out some of our sponsors. Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. As we're watching this Radical Wheels replay, just that quick bounce through for 4 points by Patellar Payne.
Love the Radical Wheels replays.
We have an official review currently happening.
Oh. This time out brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor and Welcome PDX. Deb Counts Tabor is the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. If you're thinking of moving to Portland and want to find a home here, let Deb Counts Tabor bring you home.
I'm going to take a guess that this official review might be about some of that out-of-play pack stuff at the end of that jam.
That would be my guess.
That would be my guess. I don't think you could see it on the stream, but there were 2 Lilac City skaters who skated more than 20 feet up at the end of that jam, trying to preserve their points in the last few seconds, and they got a warning to return that they were out of play, returning back. So I'm assuming maybe something there, maybe something earlier in that jam, especially because it was a big jam, 8 points for the Wreckers, 16 for the Yetis. So a lot of action in a 2-minute jam.
I didn't really even pay attention that it was a 16-point jam. That was a huge jam for this game, biggest jam so far. What about you guys, chat? What do you think the official review is about? Alpaca and Heat down there, whipping up some friends.
Jammer from the previous jam.
Oh, well, there it is. They're looking for a high block. I was hoping some of y'all would have run it back on your streams and been like, oh, we think maybe we know what it is.
Okay.
I lean on y'all in the chat a lot.
Well, while we are waiting for this official review, there are still 17 minutes left in this half, so not a lot to report on right this moment. The Wreckers trying to hype up the crowd a little bit, getting a little bit of the wave going, I think. But the game is good so far, relatively low penalties.
Yeah. Nobody's hitting it more than 2. They're relatively spread out.
That's what I would hope from only 13 minutes of gameplay, is that there's only...
Is not very many.
Only a few, And
we're 4-4, so both teams holding 4 of them.
Very even across the board.
Shell said it, guessing they're looking for the high block related to the cap pass.
Yeah, that was so early in the jam that I thought about it, but then we had the rest minute and 30 of the jam.
I have some of the worst jamnesia of anybody that I know for somebody who does not jam.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, when you spend a 2-minute jam and you go back to the bench and someone's asking you a question about the first 10 seconds and you're like, dude, I don't know. Let me tell you, I don't know.
We are assessing a high block penalty to the black jammer from the previous jam. They will retain their official review.
That is amazing, guys. Official review upheld. They are assessing a high block on the Wreckers jammer from the previous jam. I think that's on one hand, I can count the number of times I've seen an official review actually happen, and yes.
And be rewarded.
And be rewarded by retaining your official review.
The only coach I've ever seen win an official review is when Darth Bling coaches. But he's also a ref, so, he knows best and all that.
Coach's hand motion explaining it, gave it away. I've coached against them a lot. And just so that my child stops spamming the chat, hi, Abby, I love you. Thanks for tuning into the stream tonight.
All right, so it looks like the Yetis are going to have a powerful jam to start this jam with Bonnie and Collide jamming.
And our scoreboard is now fixed. It's the Wreckers versus the Sass. So
big hit.
He is really good at winning reviews.
Big hit coming from Wildebeest, knocking over a Wreckers blocker. Bonnie and Collide, making a little bit of contact with the top there. And looks like that is going to be an illegal contact penalty on Bonnie and Collide.
So those of you with some Wreckers knowledge, I just have to ask, Ox wanders off, loses 2 days. That's an Oregon Trail reference, isn't it?
It has to be. Tonight is video game themed?
So that would be Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it's that, and that is Butch of Blockvin coming from the box, getting lead jammer with a little bit of a hop over that apex, and now we are having 13 more seconds of a power jam for Butch of Blockvin.
Pack is speeding up a little bit there, making it a little hard for the Wreckers to get through. But,
big
huge hit by number 22. That is Wildebeest coming in with a solid hit on Butch of Blockvin there.
Another big hit by Wildebeest as Bonnie and Collide is jamming against the group of Wreckers blockers on that straightaway.
Butch of Blockvin taking another run at it, this time trying the outside, moving to the inside, not finding success there either. It is Wildebeest and number 87, Moose. I don't know if I'd want to go up against a Wildebeest and a Moose. I'm not bold enough to think that I could win.
It is a strong wildlife lineup happening right now on the track. And that is some penalties happening. Looks like we have Velveeta going to the box with a direction and Moose going to the box with a back block, leaving us with a little bit of a smaller pack. And that is a call from Butch of Blockvin. And that is 4 points for each team coming out of that jam.
JB, I love that you have a number 2 crown next to your name in the chat. Ree's got a number 1. I don't know what that says. I think you need to try harder, JB.
Yeah.
There was that big hit there to the inside there on that Radical Wheels replay.
All right,
There's our whistle.
We have Crush Bandicoot going against Stevie Hits, but that's Stevie Hits out with lead jammer for the Sats and the Yetis. As Crush Bandicoot is being recycled by number 11, Daddyhood.
God, trust me, you do not there in the worst and the best ways. J-Rex, thank you. Exercise those typing skills, JB. No, Moose still sitting in that penalty box with 3 seconds left to serve on that penalty for the SAS.
But that is 4 points for the SAS, bringing us to 38 for Lilac City and 32 for the Wreckers.
And on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we've got Al Pac-Man up against Mad Eye Maggie.
5 seconds is called as the blockers move into formation, and we have a 2-all at the back working up against Mad Eye Maggie,
man.
but not
Mad Eye
enough to
Maggie,
hold
that
Mad Eye
was
Maddie.
Gorgeous.
We have Al Pac-Man moving up against a 2-all at the front. Back and forth, out of play is called.
That is Captain Amber Waves of Pain, number 69. And number 509, Baby Ghoul.
We have some penalties, so just as soon as we cleared out the penalty box, someone else is getting a little bit of therapy in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
We love therapy.
Yeah.
Rebel Heart Therapy. Now we're doing a little group therapy down there with Danger Moose in on.
Looks like a pack.
Yes.
Penalty. We have
illegal position.
We have a Danger Moose going up against a Moose, so
I kind of like it. Gnarly Ray Jepson with a spin move around the outside gets lead jammer for the Wreckers.
And Patellar Payne with a little bit of a whip off their own player on that inside on their initial pass.
Gnarly Ray coming back around, trying the outside on the toe stops, calling it off. Beautiful job.
But a big finishing hit by Velveeta at the end of that jam.
And Lilac City manages to pick up 1.
Just 1.
Let's check that out on the Radical Wheels replay. A gaggle of Mises. It's true.
Ooh, look at that spin on that outside.
That was a beautiful move through the pack there.
And we are currently in a timeout that is a Welcome to PDX timeout. Our timeout sponsor, Deb Counts Tabor, the realtor you should go to if you're looking.
So tell us some fun facts out there, Lilac City fans. Tell us some fun facts about Lilac City or Lilac City skaters. We love hashtag fun facts. They're our favorite. But while we're waiting for that, I'd like to say thank you to 187 Killer Pads, one of our exclusive protective gear sponsors here at RCR. 187 Killer Pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. So there's actually a lot more roller derby up there in eastern Washington than I think there is. When I played for Crow City a million years ago, we played a team in the Tri-Cities, I think. So, but I don't think it was Walla Walla. I think it was just Tri-Cities.
We have Crush Bandicoot going up against Bonnie and Collide. Both jammers going up against a full tripod of blockers, but that is Crush Bandicoot pushing past. Big hit from Wildebeest. No pack is called, forcing the two walls back together.
Bonnie and Collide with a little bit of a running start, but finding a whole bunch of wreckers there. Bruise, Clues, and company. Looking to bump forward. There we go. Bump up and maintain pack.
Crush Bandicoot fighting up against that two-all at the top of the pack as the Lilac City skaters start to stretch out. Big hit from Wildebeest.
Well, right now, Wildebeest has my MVB vote.
Another hit from Stranger Danger as the two walls start converging again, and Crush Bandicoot is forced up against a four-wall. Big hit and recycle as Bonnie and Collide fights up against that Wrecker's tripod, moving them up and towards the front.
Oh, Atomic City. That's exactly what it is. Atomic Roller Derby in Tri-Cities. You all were so much fun to play when I played you many, many moons ago.
That looks like it is a two-town Cider House Star Pass to Wildebeest.
It sure is.
Crush Bandicoot out with lead jammer after a minute and a half of fighting up against those Lilac City skaters.
The after party for that game was a lot of fun. I remember we went back to our hotel and we pushed the two queen beds together, and there was like 5 of us in the room, and we just had a cuddle puddle all night.
A little bit of a spill on that outside, but that is Crush Bandicoot through the pack with 4 points, calling it off, bringing our jam total to 8 for Wildebeest and 4 for Crush Bandicoot. And we have some fun facts about some of these some of the team and skaters. So Lilac is turning 20 years old next year. Long time.
That is a very long-standing team in roller derby.
And also a fun fact, this is Bonnie and Collide's first season, which is exciting.
That's super great. Looks like we are going to have a team timeout. This timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX and Deb Counts Tabor. Let Deb Counts Tabor bring you home. This
is a timeout from the Wreckers. So we've seen a little bit of a gap start building in the score. The Lilac City is now at 51 and the Wreckers are at 39. So it is a good time for a timeout with about 10 minutes left in this half. It's a great time to take your first timeout, especially since the score is starting to creep away. But this is still doable in one jam.
Oh, yeah. That's like 12 points. That's like 3 laps around the track there. But yes, with the widening, progressively widening between the two teams, their scores, it is time to sit down and have a little regrouping moment on the bench, and that's what these 2 minutes are great for. They're also great for saying thanks to our sponsors. I'd like to say thank you to Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. Thank you for being one of our sponsors.
There was someone on Instagram, and I'm sorry I can't shout out the person, but they did some math about roller derby, about surmountable gaps or leads that can be toppled and won by the up-and-coming team. And I think they said it was like a 55 or 60-point spread at halftime was the biggest spread that they had seen.
That you could come back from. That's really cool.
Which is really interesting to me.
So we've got Al Pac-Man up against Mad Eye Maggie down there on the track. Baby Ghoul in the penalty box for a low block. Mad Eye Maggie getting lead jammer, but falling as she exited the pack. So going ahead and calling it off as the Wreckers had gotten halfway around the track by that point in time. Tri-Cities has a few teams, including a co-ed team. Walla Walla has 1 team. Kind of sister teams of Tri-City. We don't play each other that we know of. LCRD Mom in Richland. You guys actually have a ton of roller derby up there. Holy cow.
This was a long time ago, but I think I coached a game in Yakima once because there was a juniors team there or something. So lot of roller derby.
I just got my doctorate from Washington State University in Spokane because it's in nursing back in October. So I have much love for Spokane and have driven through the Tri-Cities what feels like 1,000 times. I know exactly what happened there. Veet back blocked. Oh no, it was a forearm.
Ooh, big hit from Wildebeest. We have Mad Eye Maggie with lead, but Butch of Blockvin is also on a scoring pass. Both jammers scoring, lots of falling, some trips to the penalty box are happening. Big pile up on that inside line right there. And that is going to be a back block penalty on Wildebeest. And where do we end up on that jam? Looks like we have 6 points for Lilac City and 4 for the Wreckers.
There's also a Palouse team in Pullman. So we've got Spokane, Pullman, Walla Walla, Kennewick, Richland. That's a lot.
It's a lot of derbies.
That's a lot.
We have one skater from each team in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, as Patellar Payne and Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2 are jammers for this jam. A little bit of a spread of the pack, but Gnarly Ray Jepsen slices through those Lilac City skaters and comes out with lead jammer.
Palouse River Rollers, I feel like we have played Palouse River Rollers in the past.
Yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
Gnarly Ray Jepsen, Pro Skater 2, with a little bit of a dip to the outside, calling it off and scoring 4 points on that jam, trapping Wildebeest, a blocker, in the penalty box. And here we have our Radical Wheels replay.
Tippy, thank you for the congratulations. Yes, I was very happy to be done. But I was mostly happy because I got to change my derby name from just Om Nom Nomnivore to Dr. Om Nom Nomnivore.
All right, looks like we have Crush Bandicoot up against Bonnie and Collide. Crush Bandicoot going up against only 2 Lilac City skaters and getting chased out, but lead jammer at the top of the pack, as Bonnie and Collide is going up against Solar and Megan Man.
I feel like it was more recently than that. Betty's played them in a fundraiser game pre-pandemic.
Blues played at the Big O in 2019. I would remember from that because I was there and I played.
You know, I was just when Big O went away and didn't come back again, was I finally confident enough to be like, I'm going to apply to Big O to be an announcer. And then it ceased to exist.
Fun fact, this is Beast's first game back in a while, and she's killing it, and I would have to agree.
Me too.
We have a cut track penalty on Bonnie and Collide, putting us in a power jam. For Crush.
That was some beautiful offense there from Megan Mann, and I think Fruit Bat came in with some amazing offense there, allowing Crush to get on through that pack.
A power jam is exactly what the Wreckers need in this moment. Crush Bandicoot coming up against the Lilac City skaters. A penalty going to number 69. Looks
Amber
like
Waves of Pain.
And with that call off, traps Bonnie and Collide in the box with 1 second left.
Smack, I will fight anyone who's not a huge Veet fan in the parking lot right now.
So that looks like Al Pac-Man is going to have a 1 second power jam before Bonnie and Collide returns back to the track in this jam.
You know, 1 second's really all you need.
Truly, lead can happen in 1 second. That's that whistle, and we have the Wreckers skaters sort of surrounding the tripod of Lilac City as Al Pac-Man fights up against the top, gets a little bit of a bump out from...
I think it was Sugar Skull.
Looked like, yeah, it was one of number 11.
I think it's Sugar Skull.
Is Daddyhood for the Lilac City. That is a star pass happening to 850, Mad Eye Maggie, as Al Pac-Man hitting a few of the Lilac City skaters and fighting their way to the top.
That was a Two-Town Cider star pass to Mad Eye Maggie.
That's Al Pac-Man at the top fighting against all 4 Lilac City skaters, decides to call it, putting up 4 points, bringing us to a tie game.
Tie game. Are we about to see a lead change with the next go-around? Let's see what we caught on that Radical Wheels replay.
Al Pac-Man to the inside, to the outside, a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump for that lead.
Absolutely beautiful pass through the pack there.
We have Butch of Blockman going up against Patellar Payne.
There's our whistle.
Wildebeest sort of leading Butch up, but that is Butch squeaking by on the outside line with lead.
Butch of Blockman took a nice little mini whip off of Spanky to get lead jammer there.
Patellar Payne is out hot on their heels. That is a, wow.
That was an Upswept Creative Apex Jump. Upswept Creative, ethical and inclusive website and online marketing for radical leaders.
But before Butch of Blockman could call it off, the Lilac City skaters, Patellar Payne squeaked out 1 point, bringing us to our new score of 61, Rutgers 58 for
There is that
SAS.
beautiful radical, or that beautiful Apex jump with the calling off while sliding chest forward on the track. I don't think it gets more elegant than that. And we do have a lead change. Rutgers now 61 to Lilac City's 58. Beautiful lateral movement there by Mad Eye Maggie to get out his lead jammer for Lilac.
And that is a hit on Gnarly Ray Jepson from number 11, Daddyhood, keeping Gnarly Ray Jepson in the back. Mad Eye Maggie squeaking by that inside line. Another big hit out by Daddyhood, drawing Gnarly Ray Jepson Pro Skater 2 to the back of the pack.
Lilac doing such a great job covering that outside line.
And there's Mad Eye Maggie making it look easy on the inside line, just skating by like it's a breeze.
Coming back around, hoping to put more points on the board for Lilac City. Lilac City now back in the lead.
And that is going to be another Two-Town Cider House Star Pass, brought to you by Two-Town Cider House, boldly crafted, fresh pressed cider made right here in Oregon, as Megan Mann is now the jammer of record for the Wreckers. That's a tongue twister.
Gnarly Ray doing a great job of becoming part of the pack here.
This is a big jam for Lilac City. They are already at 16 points, and they are still on they're completing another scoring pass right now as I speak on the outside line.
That was a great hit to the outside there by Daddy. Not quite able to hit the Wreckers out of bounds, but noble attempt.
And before Megan Mann could score any points, that is Mad Eye Maggie calling it off. 20 points on that jam for the Lilac City Yetis.
And just about 2 minutes left on the period clock. That'll give us, 1 to 2 more jams here, depending on what happens.
On our jam line, we have Crush Bandicoot going up against Patellar Payne.
Crush Bandicoot, one of the most successful jammers I feel like the Wreckers have had so far tonight.
Big hit by Wildebeest, negating all of the offense being given to Crush Bandicoot. Big hit from Patellar Payne on that tripod of Wreckers at the back. With little spin, that is Patellar Payne out with lead jammer.
Crush Bandicoot. Bandicoot still stuck behind that LCRD defense.
That is number 202 for the Wrecker Slugbug with that hit out. And we are ending the jam there.
20-point jam. Biggest so far. I feel like 16 was biggest. Now we're at 20.
20 was that biggest jam before. Both coaches standing in the center. Looks like another official review coming from
Lilac City. Lilac City won the first official review, so why not try for a second? So this is going to be a timeout for that official review. This timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX and Deb Constaber, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
They don't really have anything to review from that last jam, so they're making the signal for... Yep, that official review just has a timeout. You can see sometimes the officials, they'll make an O and then a T right after, kind of signify, but let's look at these penalties.
So looking at our penalties, the penalty du jour today is definitely cut tracks.
We have cut tracks across the board for multiple skaters. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 5 skaters from the SAS with cut tracks.
To just the Wreckers 1. That's Crush Bandicoot is the only one with a cut track.
At the end of this timeout, we have the Wreckers coming in with Al Pac-Man as the jammer, as the Lilac City Sass are fielding Wildebeest as a jammer for the first time tonight.
And back-to-back timeouts. Oh, it only just now clicked that you said this is a video
Directors
game
are also
bout.
using their official
Yes.
review
And
as a
that's why
timeout.
Kira has on a turtle shell,
Yes.
and why our lovely photographer, Double Disaster, is dressed as Luigi.
Yeah, and that's why we have our in-house music spun by DJ Meow is very video game themed tonight. Some soundtracks being thrown in between the usual hits.
Mortal Kombat was on there as the game started. I just thought it was a cool song.
I mean, I would love to have some of that just during a normal game. I love the themed games. I love the themed music. We had an emo night, and I think that was maybe my absolute favorite.
Emo Night was a lot of fun.
It was
Emo
a
Night
lot of
great.
fun. I believe this official review is also being used as a timeout. We didn't get clarification on that, but looks like we are going back to the action here. Wildebeest lined up against Al Pac-Man.
It looks like Wreckers did go ahead and take their official review on the heels of that first official review.
You get one per half.
You might as well use it.
If you don't use it, you lose it. So
Al Pac-Man and Wildebeest jamming this jam. Ooh, jammer Wildebeest. I'm very excited by that. Wildebeest gets lead jammer for Lilac City.
a bump from looks like number 50 on Lilac City. Virulence Factor. Wildebeest slipping down the outside line for 4 points, as Al Pac-Man is getting drawn back by number 33, Kilodendron.
Virulence factor should have the number 0 because R0 is the virulence factor of viruses. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
The nerd in me is like, that would have been really cool.
It was a word I looked at and have never said out loud before. So
You did great.
I did my best.
Virulence.
And that gameplay clock runs down to 0, so we are now moving into halftime.
So, Rolls and I are going to take a quick break. You guys should too. Go grab a 2-town cider from your fridge if you have it. And yeah, we'll be back in just about 12 minutes for a little bit of game recap, and then we'll bring you the second half of this amazing game. We'll see you in a few.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We got you.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
Good evening. Welcome back to the second half of Roller Derby, watching the Wreckers take on Lilac City Roller Derby Stas. Here you can see who we've got playing in the game this evening. Rolls and I are just going to give a quick rundown of what happened in the first half. Namely, look at that score, 61-82. That is a close and low score.
It's been close the whole time. We had a moment about with 10 minutes left in that first half where it was tied. So really a testament to how hard both of these teams are working, that it is a close game. It's been a close game. We've had only a few multi-point scoring pass jams. We had a 20-point jam in the first half. We had a 16-point jam in the first half. And also a testament to how even this game is the penalties, 10 per team.
And evenly spaced out, nobody sitting at more than 2, so a clean game. A game with amazing defense. That's the first thing I think about when I see a score that low, is that we've got amazing blockers who I feel like don't get enough love. Blockers need love too.
Exactly.
Blockers are 4/5 of what's going on out there, and yet we talk about them, I feel like, the least.
And we've had a lot of great blocker moments. We've had lead with only 30 seconds left in the jam, so a minute and a half to lead is a long time. It's a long time to be fighting as a jammer. We've had a few standout blockers tonight. We've talked about, for the Wreckers, we've talked about Durwood. We've talked about Megan Man. We've talked a little bit about Velveeta, Fruit Bat, Spanky. Some of these skaters are really putting in the work, specifically offensively. A lot of these skaters are playing a lot of offense, so helping those jammers. And for Lilac City, we've been talking about Daddy, who has had a lot of great hitouts. Wildebeest has been a wildebeest on the track tonight, truly. We've had, Stevie, for their jammers, Stevie Hits, Mad Eye Maggie are making some big moves. We've had some great jammer lead jams from Crush Bandicoot for the Wreckers. So a lot across the board, a lot of blockers putting in a lot of work, a lot of good, strong defensive tripods.
Wildebeest, Kilodendron, Moose, Stevie Hits, all doing major work for Lilac City.
And to start the second half, we have Butch of Blockvin for the Wreckers with lead jammer, as Patellar Payne for Lilac City, moving their way around the outside, completing their initial pass.
Butch of Blockvin coming through, looking to score points, doing it just absolutely beautifully around the outside. I think even on one skate at one point there. Picking up the full 4 for the Wreckers on that pass.
Really starting off the second half the way the Wreckers want to, putting up points, clean 4 points, just grab them and go. Lining up on the jam line for the Wreckers is Al Pac-Man going up against Mad Eye Maggie for Lilac City. 5 seconds is called, blockers moving around. Mad Eye Maggie
pushing through lead jammer.
But that is Al Pac-Man hot on her heels.
Only about 20 feet behind.
Both packs moving into turn 2. That is a upswept creative apex jump.
I'll call it an apex jump.
It's a little hop, maybe an apex hop rather than jump. But that is 3 points for our jammer on that, our Lilac City jammer. Bringing us 85 for the SAS to 65 for the Wreckers.
Looks like down on that Jam on Hawthorne jammer line, we've got Crush Bandicoot up against Bonnie and Collide. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear.
The Wreckers are creating a strong tripod at the back, while Lilac City has made a hit out and drawn a cut on Crush Bandicoot, putting Bonnie and Collide in a power jam. That is going to be, this power jam is brought to you by The Menopause Unicorn, a new nonfiction book available now on Amazon.
I saw one official saying, no pass, no penalty. And the other one was calling a cut track.
It looked like a cut to me.
Cut track.
Just that Lilac City skater skated back.
Yeah.
Crush jumped on.
I do always like to add the caveat of the angle that we have up here is very different than the angle they have down there on the track.
And whatever they say is right,
always
is right.
Because it is right. That's just how it is.
Durwood with a hit at the top, passing it off to Macy DC. as Bonnie and Clyde is fighting up against the 2-wall at the top. That 2-wall taking care of Bonnie and Clyde as Crush Bandicoot re-enters from the box, fighting up against a tripod of Lilac City skaters.
Crush getting some offensive help there from number 11, Spanky.
That tripod of Wreckers in the back is really holding Bonnie and Clyde, locking down that defense. Just like we talked about at the start of this half, the defense in this game.
And that is Macy DC, Durwood, and Bruise Clues.
And Crush Bandicoot is out on their initial pass. That is Bonnie and Clyde with a 2-town Cider House star pass to Daddyhood. Pack stretching out as Lilac City is drawing Crush Bandicoot back, and as the Wreckers are stretching forward to block Daddyhood.
Wreckers are probably going to have to drop another bridge here. Or not, because that's the end of the jam.
At the end of the jam, looks like we have 1 point for the Wreckers, and that is a lack of initial pass for the Lilac City SAS.
Oh, big hit there by Durwood on that Radical Wheels replay.
Lining up on the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2 for the Wreckers and Patellar Pain for Lilac City.
Fruit Bat opening up a lane there for Gnarly Ray Jepsen.
Ooh, a little sachet on the outside, and Gnarly Ray Jepsen is lead, but Patellar Pain quickly overtakes Gnarly Ray, and outside of the screen, a little bit of jammer on jammer action, forcing Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2 to call it off. Let me tell you, that name is a mouthful, but it is a hilarious
Gnarly Ray Jepsen
joke. No, Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2, which is their full name for this game. Really fun, really funny, but it is a mouthful and takes a few seconds to say. I appreciate the commitment to the video game.
There's a lot of folks
theme.
here who have committed to the bit.
Mad Eye Maggie, quick jukes in the back against the Wreckers tripod as Butcha Blockvin and that's 96 Velveeta for the Wreckers pushing that Lilac City Yetis wall up. Butcha Blockvin with lead, but Mad Eye Maggie hot on their heels.
Calling it off again. We don't want a jammer race there, I guess.
That is another 0-0 jam. These jammers are getting out one after the other at the start of this half. It's just 1 and 2. And when that happens, it's just hard.
Sometimes it's easier to just call it.
Yeah, especially if the other jammer is like gaining on you or passing you and you're lead and you're watching them in front of you. It's like, well, I'm not going to go try to score points. They're going to score points ahead of me. So you have to call it. On our jam line for the first time tonight for the Lilac City Yetis is Getty Lisa going up against Al Pac-Man for the Rose City Wreckers.
Abby, where'd you go in the chat? I miss you.
We have a shout out for Macy and Durwood, who are both in this jam, blocking at the back of the pack against Getty Lisa, who has now pulled the star and is opting for a star pass to Wildebeest.
2-town Cider star pass to Wildebeest. Oh, and a beautiful job by El Pac-Man around the outside with very, very little friction between skaters there.
The SAS are moving to the front of the pack, trying to avoid having any points scored on them, as both jammers are racing around to try and score points. El Pac-Man engaging in the Lilac City tripod and choosing to call it, scoring 3 points on that pass and 7 total on the jam.
I would like to believe that Moose was the one who forced that call off.
Very, very good blocking, saving the point, avoiding having your point scored. Good choice, always a good choice to avoid it. The Wreckers are starting with 1 player in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box at the start of this jam, as Crush Bandicoot and Patellar Pain, a matchup we've seen all night, are taking the jam line.
Going up the inside, Patellar Pain tries to make something happen. Nice move to the middle. Patellar Pain is going to be lead jammer.
A no pack called. players rushing to make the pack as Patellar Payne is approaching the back. Runs into Fruit Bat.
And calls it off.
Takes a fall. Fruit Bat looks completely unaffected by that entire exchange.
I don't know that very much affects Fruit Bat in general. They're a very stoic person.
Just very calmly let that jammer run into them, and then they just stood there. So
Lilac City is from Spokane.
that is 2 points for the Sass and 0 for the Wreckers on that jam. On our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Mad Eye Maggie going up against Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skaters 2. Mad Eye Maggie out with an initial pass as Gnarly Ray Jepsen has gained lead without finishing the pass. I guess got lead, got swallowed up. Called it off before either team could score points.
Dakota, totally right. Fruity maintaining chill vibes. Absolutely. And Risa's pretty sure this is Moose's first season too.
Nice. Lot of good action.
If this is Moose's first season, they're going to be deadly in a few more seasons.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yes, agreed. Wildebeest taking the star again for the Sass as Butch of Blockvin for the Wreckers. Spanky offering Butch of Blockvin a little bit of offensive help, but Wildebeest is taking that outside for lead jammer.
Once Wildebeest gets a little inertia, you're not stopping Wildebeest.
Butch of Blockvin a little bit of a tiptoe on that inside line as Wildebeest is calling for something to their players. Skating, hitting the back of that Wreckers 4 wall.
Virulence going and taking a seat in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box on a forearm. Wildebeest calling it off.
But we're going to end the jam with 3 points for the Sass and 4 points for the Wreckers.
Only 13 points separate these two teams with 20 minutes still on the board. Still a lot of roller derby time. And JB, just because I know you're out there, it is really nice to be back in the YouTube days. I really like this. The pressure's off. I can talk with people.
It is nice to have the comments, especially when we have repeat jammers over and over again. Al Pacman going up against Patellar Payne. Al Pacman with lead, Patellar Payne right behind, gaining on Al Pacman.
Al Pacman looking to put a few on the board. Wreckers coming in with that offensive sweep. There it is.
Clean sweep up the inside line.
I still think, I was going to say, I think Lilac picked up 2, and they did.
Yep, they snuck by one person, 2 people in the back of that pack at the very end of that jam.
So, chat, why are you called Lilac City? Is Spokane the Lilac City? I don't know. I'm just curious where you get lilac from. Lilac's are some of my favorite flowers. Crush Bandicoot and Mad Eye Maggie on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. There's the whistle. Crush quickly to the front. Lead jammer goes to the Wreckers. Mad Eye Maggie still stuck in the back.
Getting a little offensive help from Daddyhood and out on the initial pass.
That was Veet making life hard for Mad Eye Maggie.
I heard a whistle waiting to see where the penalty's coming, and that is Daddyhood with the direction of gameplay as Mad Eye Maggie is re-entering the pack and going up against the Wreckers blockers at the back of the pack.
Or lilacs are just pretty flowers. The team is just full of pretty flowers.
Exactly. We have a cut track penalty for Crush Bandicoot, leaving Mad Eye Maggie in a power jam.
And the jam will go the full 2 minutes. Power Jam, brought to you by the Menopause Unicorn.
The Sass splitting up the Wreckers, making that a really easy, clean pass for Mad Eye Maggie as Daddyhood returns from the box and Crush Bandicoot is standing about to return.
I did not know that Spokane is the Lilac City. Thank you, Michelle. New fun fact just implanted into my brain.
Mad Eye Maggie is getting a little bit of offensive help from Bonnie and Collide to score another 4 points as Crash Bandicoot ducks to the outside, out on a scoring pass with 4 points.
Oh, that was a beautiful upswept creative Apex Jump, Upswept Creative, ethical and inclusive websites and online marketing for radical leaders.
We have about 10 seconds left in this jam as both jammers are scoring, finishing out this 2-minute jam. Mad Eye Maggie going up against the back of a 4-wall of wreckers as Crush Bandicoot is getting crushed to the ground.
Jostled around.
Just thrown on the ground. We're going to finish that with another 4 points for the SAS.
And so Lilac City is like just slipping forward. Yes, by like 1 and 2 points at a time, but we are now 18 points between the two teams.
And that was a 24-point jam by Mad Eye Maggie, the biggest one of tonight. 24 points is a lot of work. And we have Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2 for the Wreckers going up against Wildebeest for the Lilac City SAS, with Gnarly Ray Jepsen getting lead jammer.
The only thing that I feel like everybody needs to know about Spokane is the Garbage Goat. The Garbage Goat is one of my favorite things. I will always go and visit the Garbage Goat. In fact, I keep garbage in my car until I can go to the Garbage Goat.
We had a big offensive hit from Bruce Clues and then a call off that is Wreckers with 4 points and Lilac City with 0 on that jam. To our Radical Wheels replay with that big hit.
A big hit.
Letting Gnarly Ray Jepsen just get a little bit of a squeak on the outside.
That was
for the
beautiful
points.
by Gnarly.
We have on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, Butcha Blockvin for the Wreckers going up against Patellar Payne for the Lilac City SAS. Patellar Payne out with lead jammer after bumping into Megan Man.
So apparently the Garbage Goats is one of the home teams. And that makes me so happy.
that is hilarious. Big hit. And a trip, and a fall, and a call off. 4 points for that Lilac City team, putting them at 120 to Wreckers 92. So we're slipping almost into that 30-point difference. It's still, we've seen some big jams tonight. 24 points is our highest scoring jam, so still doable.
If the Wreckers could bust out a 24-point jam and a power jam, it would narrow it significantly. But we're going to have a timeout instead. This timeout brought to you by Debcow Saber and welcome to PDX. The best home team, the Garbage Goats. Now the next time I come up to Spokane, I want to come and visit you guys.
I like how this fun fact, lilacs are bushes.
That was my favorite fun fact too. I actually love Spokane. If I was going to relocate anywhere in the Pacific Northwest, I think I would actually choose Spokane. Beautiful river, a nice city. You have like 17 hospitals, multiple programs that I can teach in. Like, it's great. You get 4 distinct seasons. It's fantastic.
When I went there, it was snowing in like March or something. So that was interesting. I've never had that happen before. I was driving and then suddenly it was snowing and I didn't plan for that. I certainly didn't bring clothing for snow. So, surprise. It's a surprise for me, but.
They also have one of the best thrift stores I've ever been to in my entire life. What is it, Global Thrift? I think it's Global Thrift. So good. Worth a visit on its own.
Love that. Mad Eye Maggie, who is one of our high point scorers for Lilac City with lead jammer, as Al Pac-Man is fighting up against a 4-wall of SAS. Like a ping pong ball, Mad Eye Maggie gets bounced between all of the skaters and is out with 4 points.
We have a little jammer race going on now.
Too close for Mad Eye Maggie's comfort as she calls off the jam.
Oh, Scully says, yeah, Global Thrift. Single-handedly the best thrift shop I've ever been to. It's gigantic. They've got a true vintage section. It's well organized. It's clean. And their prices are just static. If it's a shirt, it's this much. If it is a pair of pants, it is this much. Doesn't matter what brand it is. Doesn't matter what condition it's in. And everything is like, the condition of everything's really good.
Nice.
Huge shoe section. Huge purse section.
Ooh, Crash Bandicoot with a quick lead on the outside as Baby Ghoul jamming for the first time tonight out on their heels. The pack rolling into the far straightaway. Spanky going to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box with a direction of a gameplay penalty. Both jammers
I feel like there
hit
was
the pack. Just like some falls as people hit the pack. 1 point for the SAS, and we're waiting for points from Crash Bandicoot. Or Crash Bandicoot haven't seen any. 2 points for the SAS coming off of that jam. Just like a big hit into the back of that pack.
They do also have a shop cat who I did sit down and pet for quite a while. And Lauren, that is the best part, is that Global Neighborhood helps refugees and immigrants, and it is a huge support for them locally. The work that I do for my School of Nursing down here in Portland also works with refugees and immigrants, so when I saw that as part of their mission, I got even more excited to support them. I think the last time I went to Spokane, just a couple months ago, I think I spent like easily $100 at Global Thrift. I found like 2 new leather jackets, got a couple of new derby outfits, I got some really great pants, a great pair of high heels, but I got like 3 bags of clothes for like $100.
Nice. I love that.
Because everything was so well priced and color coded.
On the track, we have Patellar Payne with a quick lead jammer for the Lilac City SAS as Wildebeest is pulling back Gnarly Ray Jepsen. Some hits, big hits coming from Gnarly Ray, but a big finishing hit from Wildebeest as Patellar Payne is scoring 4 points. Ooh, big hit coming from Wildebeest.
I don't think Wildebeest is capable of leveling anything other than
A big hit.
hits.
Yes, every hit from Wildebeest tonight has been a big hit. A penalty going to Wildebeest, leaving 3 Lilac City skaters on the track, and a cat pass to Spanky. For the record.
JC, you do need to check out Spokane. There's a lot up there. The food scene's still really good too. Not still. The food scene is really good. We tried to go to the Thursday market, but the winds were too high. But they've got that. Global Thrift. They've got the beautiful river, Spokane River, running right through the middle of town. Coeur d'Alene and Post Falls are super close by, Alyssa, just like you said.
And they have good roller derby, both at an adult level and a junior level. That's 11 points on that jam. When I went and coached juniors there, it was some good games. We stayed at a really cool hotel that was like on a lake, which I was like, oh, there's just like a water here.
Was it in Spokane?
Yeah. It was like, lake is an exaggeration. I would say it was it was water. There was water there. Yeah, and it was snowing. It was cool. Here's a look at those penalties. No one is in trouble, but we started to creep to more than 2 penalties. So number 278 for the Wreckers, which is Crush Bandicoot, 3 cut tracks, 2 in the second half. And then for the SAS, there are 3 penalties for number 22 Wildebeest, putting in the work but also putting in the penalties. Same with Daddyhood. But no one's in trouble. There's only 11 minutes left, so knock on wood, but 4 penalties in 11 minutes would be
a lot.
Maybe a lot.
That's a lot of back to back to back.
Like multiple, that's not going to happen tonight. Everyone's been pretty clean tonight. Low penalty count overall, nothing too major. Especially for this score. The score is still pretty low, 137 to 92. Those jams that are just multi-scoring pass jams for the Lilac City SAS are just what's actually pushing them a little bit further and a little bit further. It's not just 4 in call, it's like 6 in call, 8 in call, 24 in call. So back on the track, we have Mad Eye Maggie going up against Butcha Blockfin. Butcha Blockfin at the top, but that is Mad Eye Maggie sliding off the back of Slugbug and getting lead jammer with Butcha Blockfin right behind.
Wildebeest getting ready to come out of that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Lilac City skaters welcoming to speed up the pack so they could get Wildebeest out of the box. As Butcha Blockfin on the outside line with 4 points. Mad Eye Maggie also with 4 points, both jammers scoring.
What would really help the Wreckers right now is if they got a power jam.
A power jam would be nice. Some way to slow this pack down a little bit would be nice. Ooh, big hit. Can't see who that is. The pivot for Rose City Wreckers on that outside. causing a little bit of a tumble. We're going to end that jam. 5 points for the Wreckers, 7 for the Sass.
I feel like I'm so far over. I feel like I need to be closer here.
We can be shoulder to shoulder.
And then actually look at the camera and not my monitor that I have
yeah,
sitting
over here.
So hi. I think this is the first time we've actually been on camera the whole game.
This whole game, yeah.
It's very nice.
With only 10 minutes left, you get to see who's been chatting this whole night. Was going to turn to the chat and see if there is some interesting information there.
Well, JC is now planning a road trip to Spokane.
Yeah.
I think that's worthwhile.
Plenty of historic hotels to stay in. Some are haunted. I actually am a big fan of ghosts and ghost hunting.
So is my kid.
I love it, and I know that there is, in the eastern part of Washington, there are a few different haunted locations to go check out and stay in. So that is like maybe a cool vacation for me, a road trip to go.
It's super fun. So we got Abby a EMF detector for Christmas a couple years ago.
Love that.
She still hasn't had a chance to use it, so maybe I should take her up to Spokane so she can use her EMF detector.
Yeah, I know there's some other places.
Sydney, oh my God, you have bodies.
Yes, we are.
We're not just disembodied voices.
We are here.
Tippy loves your rainbow eyeshadow.
I coached a juniors game before this, so our team is the Rainbow Bites. We are rainbow themed. And also I felt like I could just keep it on because it's video game themed. And I was like, if anyone asks, I am Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. If anyone asks, no one did. But
you had a really great answer.
Yeah, I'm here. All right.
Abby wants to go to Washington to ghost hunt.
Ghost hunting. Back to the track, we have Alpac-Man going up against Patellar Payne. And Patellar Payne squeaking by the outside line with lead jammer. Alpac-Man pulling the cap. And up the inside line for their initial.
So Patellar Payne coming back around, I think looking to get points and call it. Yep, that's exactly what happens.
Durwood making some issues for Patellar Payne, with Patellar Payne only coming out with 4 points on that jam.
I like that. Durwood making some issues for Patellar Payne.
Making some issues, making contact, getting in there, knocking everyone around.
Getting up in everybody's business in the best way possible.
On the Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Bonnie and Collide going up against Crush Bandicoot.
Rose City road trip to Spokane would be a lot of fun. It's like a 5-hour drive, but it's a pretty good drive.
Crush Bandicoot going up against the four-wall of Lilac City at the top with Fruit Bat as a little bit of offensive help, but getting caught up against Daddyhood. But Crush Bandicoot comes out with lead jammer.
I guess I should say it's a 5-hour drive if you drive the speed limit.
Yeah, we all here approve of road safety and driving the speed limit. Crush Bandicoot is not obeying any speed limit at all as they hit the pack hard and coming up against the top of that pack with that 2-wall of number 9 for the Lilac City Getty Lisa.
Oh! Crush Bandicoot escorted to the outside by number 11 Daddyhood.
And that is Bonnie and Collide scoring 4 points while Crush Bandicoot was busy with that.
But did it take him 5 hours, Tippy?
Megan Mann coming up against Bonnie and Collide in the back, sort of guiding, leading, chipping. Fruit Bat with a little bit of a hit, but that is Bonnie and Collide sliding up that inside line.
So Crush's lead has put 0 on the board. Bonnie and Collide has gotten 8.
Okay, we're ending
4. There we go.
With 8 for the Lilac City Sass, 4 for the Wreckers. At this point, letting up some points is, there's a 50-point spread. In 8 minutes, it's doable if you put your foot heavy on the gas.
I love your optimism.
Hey, if this was my team, I would be rallying everybody and be like, this is doable. We've got this. We can do it. You kind of have 2 options at this point. You can either put that, really put a cinder block on the gas pedal and go for it, or really mix it up and give some opportunity for some people to skate. So we have Butcher Blockfin.
Whoa! Huge hit by Wildebeest there.
But Butcher Blockfin is still lead jimmer. As we have the pivot for the Wreckers drawing Patellar Payne back to the back of the pack. That was number 33 for the Wreckers. Ox Wanderers off loose 2 days.
So, fun fact, Bermuda, I got my undergraduate from Walla Walla College in College Place.
That is.
I feel like I have deep ties to Eastern Washington.
Butcher Blockfin squeaks by 3 more points on the outside, bringing Wreckers' total to 7 on that jam. We're at 108 Wreckers, 155 Lilac City Sass.
Here's that big hit.
Woof.
Oh, that was such a big hit. Oh, wildebeest.
Woof.
Yes.
Or whatever noises wildebeests make. I couldn't tell you because they seem scary. Just like Lilac City's wildebeest.
Wildebeests will kill you. They are vicious semi-aquatic cows.
Seems like Lilac City's wildebeest picked a good name. We have Gnarly Ray Jepsen Pro Skater 2 out with lead jammer as Baby Ghoul is jamming against the back tripod of Wreckers skaters.
I love how you're being very serious about the game.
Oh, I can't help but be serious. But also,
I'm talking about Eastern Washington, haunted mansions.
4 points for the Wreckers on that last jam. I am being serious, but also at the same time, wildebeest does scare me. Just a little bit, I'm going to be honest. Those hits are
amazing
looking.
Amazing.
See, incredible looking, but I can't help but like feel it in my bones that it would hurt.
That it would hurt a lot.
In the just getting crunched in all ways. Wildebeest as a jammer, as Al Pac-Man has the jammer, getting a hit down by number 69, Amber Waves of Pain.
And 66, Bonnie and Collide.
Bonnie and Collide really doing both jobs tonight as jammer and blocker.
Just kidding. No, it is 66. Okay. I thought I misspoke because I was like, you're right, they were jamming.
Al Pac-Man coming up against the back of the pack as Wildebeest is out on a initial pass. Getting 4 points, just getting some instructions to call it.
Rodent, I was a Walla Walla student. We should talk. We should just talk in general because you're really cool and I would love to talk with you more.
We have some people with experience skating against Beast.
Dylan.
Who say, I skate with her and she scares me too in the best way. And I hate jamming against Beast, but she's also one of the sweetest people you will ever meet.
And that we heart Bonnie. So do we, Taylor. We also heart Bonnie.
Bonnie is putting in the work today.
Spanky jamming for the first time this game. Beautiful.
There we go. Patellar Payne out on Spanky's heels. The pack is taking off through turn 2 into the far straightaway.
Spanky calls it off as the Lilac City jammer gets ahead of Spanky.
And looks like the Wreckers are going to take a timeout. It's a good time for a timeout. You have 2 timeouts left and an official review, 4 minutes. You might as well rest some people while you're at it. Get a little bit of extra juice for the last 4 minutes of the game. Try to make some moves. It is I'm bad at math, but what, 39 point spread?
Ish. Yes.
Yeah.
15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 41.
Listen, I'm an English major. I don't do math, so
I just had to do it on my fingers.
You know, it's not my strong suit except for when
39, you were correct.
I was right.
You were correct. I was
right.
wrong. You were correct. 39.
Yeah, I got it. 39 points spread between these 2 teams. This is doable. And if I was playing, I would be like, this is doable. You have 4 minutes. If you think like 1 minute jams each, you could squeeze, with your timeouts, you could squeeze like 3-ish jams in. And as long as you are scoring, 12 points a jam?
So it is Bonnie and Collide's first season. She just got out of newbies less than a year ago.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Genuinely, Bonnie is doing very good.
Yeah.
Not to get on my high horse up here, but I'm feeling like from the announcing perspective, an MVP.
Oh, I always like to name my MVs while I'm up here.
I feel like MVJ or overall for Bonnie because she's on both.
Okay.
I feel like a good choice, a
MVP,
solid choice.
I'm going to go with Wildebeest. Oh, we have an official review down on the track.
Some skills there.
White is looking for a failure to reform from the beginning of that last game.
There we go. Failure to reform.
Also a good time for an official review. It is always, I think it's maybe a little harder to argue for an official. It could be harder or easier to argue for an official review from the beginning of a jam.
So much happens.
Well, either what happens is they come back and they're like, hey, you probably are right, and we'll give it to you. Or they're like, we don't remember, and we can't make a good call, and then they don't give it to you. So,
or, yes, it was, but there was no impact to gameplay.
Which is like the worst possible answer. You're always just like, well, okay.
But it happened.
Oh, quick answer.
White, we are not assessing a failure to reform penalty. White will not retain their official review for the half.
There we go.
Okay. There's our answer. But an official review, if you use it as a timeout, gets you 1 minute. If you talk about anything, it gets you, how long was that? 1:45? So
it'll be 2 minutes by the time it's all said and done.
So, that was a great use of it. Lilac City is skating on a shorter bench. So for me, great use. Approve of the strategy. Back on the track, we have Gnarly Ray Jepsen, Pro Skater 2, going up against Baby Ghoul. Baby Ghoul jamming again for Lilac City. Going on the outside with a little help from number 51, Stranger Danger, and getting lead jammer.
Gnarly Ray is still stuck in the back there.
A penalty call on a Lilac City skater.
I heard a forearm.
Yeah, I saw a forearm. I saw another forearm, so 2 Lilac City skaters going to the box. And a multiplayer going to another Lilac City skater, but that is the jam called off. 4 points for the SAS, 3 points for the Wreckers.
Wreckers are going to start this jam 3 up.
Well, the box it has 2 seated. So we're going to have 2 seated in the box, and that third person who got a penalty is on the track still because they haven't served their penalty, so they have to stay. So that's number 69, Amber Waves of Pain, has to stay. And then they are adding number 11, Daddyhood, but the second somebody stands in that box, Amber Waves of Pain is gone. So that means Al Pac-Man is going to go up against, one blocker here in a moment. But is that a cut track?
It was a cut on Mad Eye Maggie,
which leaves
this
Al
might
Pac-Man.
be what Wreckers need.
3 minutes left, 1:43 left in this jam. There is going to be, in a moment, 1 blocker left for Lilac City on the track. And a power jam for Al Pac-Man. This is what they were asking for.
This is what they needed.
They have about 1.5 minutes to make something happen. 2 blockers on the track for Lilac City currently. Both blockers who were in the box returning. But we still have Jammer standing in the box for Lilac City. So some time to make some things happen. Mad Eye Maggie released from the penalty box.
And only 1 blocker in there still, and that is Amber Waves of Pain now standing.
Al Pac-Man opting to call it as soon as Spinky gets back on the track, trapping Amber Waves of Pain in the penalty box and scoring 8 points on that jam. Bringing us to, now I have to do math again, a 32-point spread. 32 points is not bad, but it looks like we have another penalty at the end of that jam for Lilac City, which means that they are going to have just 2 on the track, as Daddyhood and Amber Waves of Pain are both in the penalty box.
So you guys have been saying Loco for the longest time, and I just put it together that is the Lilac City coach. I looked over on another sheet of paper. I was like, oh, Locomotive. That is the LCRD coach.
Okay.
And you're right. Loco loves an official review, and so far has been very successful at official reviews this game.
That is some great clock management coming from the Wreckers right now, calling the jam off, immediate timeout called, 2 minutes left on the gameplay clock, 2 blockers from the Lilac City SAS in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, putting Butcha Blockvin up against 2 blockers, while Patellar Payne is up against 4 Rose City Wreckers blockers.
And those 4 are Ox Wanders Off, Loses 2 Days, Sugar Skull, Slugbug, and Velveeta. Like, absolutely no slouching in that wall.
Velveeta offering some offense, really guarding Wildebeest. A little bit of a shirt whip from Butcha Blockvin.
And those wildebeest and philodendron are the two on the track for the SAS.
A no-pack was called, and V unfortunately hit during a no-pack, so that is going to be a pack penalty for contact. We have Butch Blockman on a scoring pass. Patellar Payne taking a big fall and re-entering the back of the pack. Another penalty going to Philodendron for the Lilac City SAS, and a two downside
star pass.
A lot of action going on in the last dying minutes of this game. Butch Blockman going up against 3 Lilac City skaters.
And again, those 3 are Amber Waves of Pain, Daddy Hood, and Wildebeest. Like, that is
a fall and a call.
It's a mean wall.
It's a mean wall. That's 8 points for Butch Blockman, bringing us 135 Wreckers, 159 for the SAS. Now we're in a 24-point spread.
Thank you, Ree and Aaron and Sabrina. Our stream team does an amazing job, and they're sort of the unsung heroes here at Rose. So yeah, any shout out that I can give to them is a good day.
Mad Eye Maggie fighting at the top of the pack, while Crush Bandicoot on that outside big hit from 87 Moose, drawing Crush Bandicoot to the back of the pack. And that is lead jammer Mad Eye Maggie controlling this jam in the final.
A little bit of a pile up there in turn 2. Oh, that was beautiful by Mad Eye Maggie to get through on one skate.
Impressive. We have a penalty going somewhere. The jam is called. The period clock had already run out. So that is your unofficial score currently. 163 SAS, 135 Wreckers.
As always, an amazing game put on by the Wreckers. Thank you so much, LCRD and Spokane, for coming down and playing with us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure watching your skaters take home the win this evening with a score of 135 Wreckers to 163 SAS. That may change here in a minute as the official score gets updated, but I think regardless.
Yep. That is the rolling whistle of the official score, so that is going to be our final score. Big congratulations to Lilac City. There is so many skaters here who could walk away with an MVP. I think we've talked about every single blocker and every single jammer on the track as being incredible. So big congrats to them and that win.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Omnomnomnivore, and joined tonight by...
I've been Rosemary's Baby.
And we're going to say goodbye, but you should stick around for MVPs, because that's going to happen here in just a second when we send it down to the track. It's been great. Y'all have been great. Can't wait to meet you the next time I come up to Spokane. Have a good night.
Good night.
Right over here. I'm right here, sorry. All right. All right, so we'll let you guys go first since you're the winners, all right? So we're going to have most valuable jammer.
Is Girl Crush?
Girl Crush, there we go. All right. Definitely. All right. Thank you. Excellent. All right, and then blocker.
Number 33.
33. All right. Very good. Oh, we have one more. Awesome.
Most valuable overall.
Most valuable overall skater.
11.
Number 11. I didn't bring my roster down. There we go. Very nice. All right, so you guys hang around right here. We'll come back over this way now. And which one do you have?
Our MVP jammer was Mad Eye Maggie, 805.
Mad Eye Maggie. All right, and then blocker?
Our favoriteest blocker was number 69.
6'9". Very nice. That was the captain. Very nice. And, yes, and overall?
Number 22.
Number 22. All right, that was a great choice. All right, so we'll have all the MVPs right here in the middle for a photo op. Oh, sorry.
We have, for our own team, our first bouter, Sugar Skull.
Oh, first bouter, Sugar Skull. Very nice. One more then. All right, here we go.
And it is Daisy's birthday.
All right, happy birthday, Daisy. Oh, no. Do we need to sing happy birthday? Everybody, is everybody ready? Happy birthday? Yes. All right. On, ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maggie. Happy birthday to you. Very good. Woo! All right, thank you all. Thank you guys for coming down. We appreciate you coming to the hangar. We appreciate that, everyone coming out. Hope you all had a good evening. Hope to see you again soon. Like I said, we got hometown
Hey
throwdown.
folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.